Hello everyone and welcome to another Singerreise video podcast. My name is Jonathan Silvia and I'm your host. Thanks for joining us. Well, here we are. We are now at the halfway point of the WInterreise cycle. This is Einsamkeit and this is number 12 of the 24 songs in the cycle. It's actually a little bit of an ending piece as well. When Schubert composed all of WInterreise, he actually did it in two different parts, and each part had 12 songs. So this is the end of part 1. Einsamkeit flows pretty naturally from the previous piece, Frühlingstraum, number 11. In that one, the wanderer spent most of the night in a fitful sleep, dreaming, then waking up again, and then dreaming and waking up. At its conclusion, the wanderer laments that he no longer has the love of his dreams with him anymore, and that he's all alone. That brings us to Einsamkeit, which you could translate to aloneness or perhaps loneliness. So the rooster has crowed and it's now morning, so the wanderer decides to pack up his things, leave the charcoal burner's hut, and to get back on the road. The storm from the previous night seems to be over. Now there is only one single solitary cloud in all of the blue sky, and there's only really a slight breeze. The one cloud in the sky reminds the wanderer of his own WInterreise, his own winter journey. There too, he is traveling through a bright and happy life, but he is all by himself. In terms of the text, I think the poet Wilhelm Müller had a little bit of fun with the word Luft. It occurs 3 times in the text. The first time is the word Lüfte, which generally translates to the sky. The second time it appears is just a couple lines later, where it says Lüftchen. This is the diminutive form, and when it's in this form, it means a little bit of a gentle breeze. The third time the word appears is the word Luft itself, in the singular form. And in this case, it kind of means air, like the air that's immediately surrounding the wanderer. In terms of the music, Schubert gives this piece a slow, plodding sort of feeling. When Sarah and I were rehearsing it earlier, we described it as those first few steps that you take in the morning, just after you got out of bed. Perhaps you're on your way to the shower and you had a concert the night before and it's way too early on a Sunday morning. Obviously, Sarah and I have a little bit of experience with this feeling. Let's also take a look at the last stanza of text, which takes up the entire last page of music. Here, the wanderer is entering into another kind of woe is me moment, just like he did in the previous piece. Here, as he has done before, the wanderer claims that he wasn't nearly as miserable in the storm as he is here in the present in the bright sunshine. Naturally, as soon as there is mention of a storm, Schubert indulges in a little bit of word painting, putting the rumbly storm in the background in the accompaniment. I think in this case, though, the word painting is a little overindulgent. In the text, it's not that there is a storm here in the present, it's just simply the memory of a storm. The text seems much more concerned by the absence of storm. So I think in this case, Schubert's use of the word painting is maybe a little unnecessary or even a little short-sighted. For me, I think that the real height of the storm was actually in number 10, Rast, when the wanderer takes shelter from the storm in the charcoal burner's hut. There, it seems like the storm is reminding the wanderer of the condition of his heart, being wild and bold. We hear hints of the storm even a little bit before that. For example, in number 5, Der Lindenbaum, there's a wind that picks up in the 3rd verse. There the wind is so strong that it blows the hat right off of the wanderer's head. It's another pivotal moment for the wanderer, because at that moment the wanderer decides that he is going to move on with his winter journey despite the storm, instead of going back to the false happy memories that he remembers with the linden tree. Even as far back as the second piece, Die Wetterfahne, we can find some hints of the storm that is to come. There it was just simply the weather vane turning a little bit in the breeze, and at the time, the wanderer thought it was a symbol of the unfaithfulness of his love, whose house the weather vane was on. Now, though, looking back, we can see that it was a symbol of the storm that was coming up. and the storm seems to come up every time that there's a major decision or a major pivot point in the wanderer's story. Right now, though, there really isn't any storm. Instead, it's a bright and cheerful morning. The wanderer should be seeing this as a brand new beginning, a way to start a brand new Winterreise, perhaps. But, of course, our wanderer doesn't see it that way. He's determined to be gloomy, even if it means that he is the one solo, solitary storm cloud in the bright and clear sky. And that's how part one ends. It's a little bit of a cliffhanger. But before you know it, we'll be at part two, with the sound of the clanging post horn in number 13, Die Post. So make sure to come back and watch for the next few videos. If you want to find out more about Winterreise or about the life of a working opera singer, check out our official website, singerreise.com. There you'll find articles and links to some resources about singing and about being a singer, and about Winterreise. You can also check out our Facebook page, facebook.com/Singerreise, and there you'll see posts and keep up to date with the latest things that are happening about Singerreise. You can also share the posts and comment on them, which I highly recommend. Also follow us at our YouTube channel, and if you visit there, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Doing that lets you get emails regularly every single time a new video is released. Most important, however, I need for you to go to patreon.com/Singerreise. In order to continue making these videos, I need your financial support. Now, sometimes when I'm talking about Singerreise to other people, people will say to me, Jonathan, it's so wonderful that you're making these videos. Or they might say, these videos are really important. I'm so glad that you're making these videos. Well, if that person has ever been you, or if you've ever thought those sorts of things, then you are exactly the person that I need to become a patron. Even $1 a month would help a great deal. So head to patreon.com/Singerreise and click that Become a Patron button there on the right-hand side of the webpage. While you're there, make sure to check out all of the rewards that you get by being a patron. Like, for example, you could get audio recordings of, well, now half of all of Winterreise. If you were to buy those on iTunes, for example, I'm sure they'd be a heck of a lot more. More important than that, though, check out some of the goals that I have for Singerreise. When you take a look on Patreon, you can see exactly where your money is going and how you are helping Singerreise get to the next level. So please, open up a new tab in your browser or on your phone and head to patreon.com/Singerreise. Just pause the video for a sec and I'll be here when you get back. Go on. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy this presentation of Einsamkeit.
Einsam und ohne Gruß.